I have not been down in here since the very end of October. I filmed a video down here and cut a few trees down. We're gonna ride down in here and see what the water looks like, what the beavers are doing. And they said we were gonna get another big rain, and we did Friday night during the night into first thing this morning, which is Saturday morning, same day y'all that I publish this video and y'all be watching it. That I'm not sure how much more we got, but it's quite a good downpour. It rained all the way up till about 7, I guess, or so, something like that. This is the last time I was down here when I cut these trees. I was running at 462. I brought it down here and run it some. It's where I straighten this out, and you can drive right across here in a pickup truck, no problem. It stopped all that mess back over that way that it was doing. So yeah, that's done very nice. Alright, we're gonna ride down in here. It's one of the food plots I planted with the ferminator. See all the clover, everything down there in it. Did good. The deer are mowing it. There's actually down in here, there's really not enough food source for the deer, especially this time of year. So these food plots, man, the ones that are here, they smoke them down. I mean, they've got them eat down to the dirt, man. I'm kind of figuring that it's the beavers hadn't done anything yet, because it's actually been still dry all the way up till last couple of weeks or so. Here's what's kind of crazy. I think it's 3 years ago in October. It was wet. Holy cow, it's wet. I was down here bush hogging and backed up right there, and that's where I sunk my 5075 tractor. Was, you can see the rut still. And I mean, right now you could still drive that tractor right down here and pull up in there and come right back out. That just gives you the difference of how much wetter it was at that point. Boy, you can see where the water's come through here. See how all the leaves look. Water's running good in this spot. All right, so this creek is clear. They ain't built anything back in it. Look at all that water running out of that. That's the way it's supposed to be. We'll go over here and look at the main drain and check it, and then we'll come back over this way. Well, look at all that, where that water's running down through here. This is where the big dam usually is, where it's always holding back the most water. Dude, that water's running wide open down through here. Look at that. Even out of there. So where I come in, where I kind of straightened that creek out, where we set in that ford there a while ago, this is that same water that's coming out from right there. So far they ain't done nothing, which is a good thing, just letting that water come on out without it just backing up on, because I mean they will, like certain times they'll come in here and dam up right there, and it'll flood this entire area right here. You can see the way the timber looks in it, which is really not timber, it's just brush basically. They'll back all that stuff up in there on it. Oh yeah, now we're getting this water, this rain. They'll be in here now here shortly probably. You say, well Tim, come in here and trap this. Good place to trap. Trapping takes time, man. It takes time, and I may come over here and put some traps out and work them. Aside from coyotes, I love catching coyotes, but beavers rank high on the list too. Just because they're so daggone destructive, man. And they're not too bad to catch. I mean, you have a little bit of knowledge about them and the way they operate and function. You can get beavers. Coyotes is a little bit different story, more challenging. Trying to miss a little rain. Y'all that have been around for a while, there's a bridge that used to be there that he burned up when he was doing a controlled burn down here. There's a dam, which this one is okay as long as that's the main one that flows. It's all this is flowing back that way. As long as that one's running, this one right here does not matter. This one could easily be tore out by hand pretty quick right there. This one ends up running back down to the same creek that this one runs into. So normally I'll do 3 dam tear outs here and I'll get 3 videos out of it, which is pretty cool. So even like these trees right here, where all this stuff's cut, those were videos. These were actually down in that ditch, and I drug them out of there because they had that ditch blocked up. That's been probably about 4 years ago now, I guess. And this was some more. This one over here is one I pulled out of the ditch, and this one just clay rooted and blew across. I cut it up. This was a video also. This is just a scrap piece of pipe that he had left over from a project at his house. I believe it's a 24, and it's not but about, it might be 10 foot long. It ain't much, but it's held up better than I thought it was. I talked to him the other day, and he felt like that that big rain that we just had this week, where it rained those 3 days straight in a row, and then again last night, I was kind of expecting for there really not to be anything left on it, but man, that thing is held up very nice, surprisingly. You talking about wet? It is wet. I'm running my traps now, so I'm on a different piece of property than what I was on. I'm also putting out dog proofs Oh, something tripped this one. No catch. Dadgummit. So there's a trap right here. See, it's still fire, but it's slow because all that rain, man, on it. I'm gonna pull this one. I should have showed this pulling this stake out. Currently right now, I'm using these Berkshire stakes, and they're kind of the, they're the poor man's way to anchor the trap. About 14 bucks a dozen, but I'm changing that now. All you do to pull that thing out to make it real easy, and I'll show it on one, is just take my auger with a drill on it, hold the trap up, and drill right down beside the wire. And when you drill right down beside the wire, you'll feel it, you'll bump the wire and everything. Drill right down beside it till you get down there to the anchor, and you just pull the trap right up, man. Easy peasy. You ain't gotta have no puller, no $40 puller and strain your guts out and all that mess like that. You can just get them with that auger. It's just that quick. See, that's all it is to it. And you take and drive it right back down in the ground again, use it again. All right, that one's been tripped there also. And man, that was done last night, those two traps, because I was here yesterday and they were fine. It's amazing that even with the amount of rain that we've had, that the scent and stuff is still there, and they'll still work those sets. No, I'm sure with all this rain, one of the things that's probably messing those traps up, because a couple that I fired so far to pull, they got so much on top of them, they're kind of slow going off. Because those didn't have any peat moss or anything on them. That was it was all just fine clay, and then with all that heavy rains, so pounded on top of them and all. So just a second ago, I was putting out dog-proof traps for coons, and I was right by one of my feeders, actually attaching the trap to the feeder, and the feeder went off. I wasn't thinking about the time. See that right there? See it? The feeder went off. That's a kernel of corn. And I had my head about 2 feet from or closer from the spinner when it went off. And I took I got peppered up pretty good. Those gringo feeders, they don't play whenever they go off. Of course, it scared the doo-doo out of me, because I was not expecting that when that thing went off. I wasn't even paying attention to the time, so I got blasted. But I got 12 dog proofs out. What I use is cat food in there, and then I dump some of that in there with it too, and around the rim of it. So how did I know that piece of corn was in there? I could smell it burning. I thought I had something else. I thought I had something on fire back there for a little bit, and that's when I realized that's what it was. But man, so I got 12 dog proofs out. I pulled, what I pulled, 5 of the 550s. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, 5 of them. So the 550s, these are MBs. I prefer the Dukes 550, the Pro ones. And the reason that I like the Dukes is because it has a big square pan in it. It's a pretty good size, as opposed to the MB has a rounded pan, and the MBs cost a good bit more. The reason I bought the MBs several years ago is because they already came night latched, and the Dukes at the time, the ones that they had that were the equivalent to like the 550s, you had to night latch them yourself. Now the 550 Pro Dukes, they already come night latched. And if you're going to buy any dog proofs, the dog proofs to buy, all of these are brand new right here in this box. These are. Buy the Dukes brand. I have some other ones that are from Fleming, and they're same style trap. I wish I had one here where I could show you what it is, but in the center of it right here, it has like almost like a webbing type of thing that's kind of between here. So this is closed in a little bit more, and I use this tool. You can set them by hand, but if you're going to set a lot of them, it can wear on you. But you can use this tool. It makes it really easy to set them. See, when you stick this tool in there, it gives you levers to pull them over. So on the Flemings, they have this webbing in here that takes up some of this room, and it's very tight trying to get this tool down in there to get them to set them. But I mean, it will still work on them, but just a little low tip. And then if you're gonna, I've got two of these augers. This is a 2-inch auger. I've got a 3-inch too. 3 inch is a little bit too big in my opinion. I prefer the 2. And then if you're going to be bedding those traps, you need one of these tools right here. Don't buy this one that's got where you can make dirt hole sets in it, unless you need that to make dirt, to make your dirt hole with. I don't recommend getting it like this. They make just like a 3-pound hammer that's got a bigger head than this. It's got a cutting edge on it like that right there. And I've been meaning to get me one of them because I just like it better too. Today's been just kind of a chill day. Not much going on, just riding around, checking things out. All right, the Dukes traps, if you're local, you can get them right here. Dukes Pecan Company is right there in West Point. You can Google Dukes Pecan or Dukes traps. You can go right there to Dukes and you can pick those traps up. They got pallets and pallets of them. You just walk in there. They got a bunch of stuff that you can pick from. They got plenty of the DPs. They got long springs. They got the 550 Pros, plenty of them. They even got your dip, all that stuff, anchors. And that's what I do. I just go over and get them from them.